Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, dead of night, where you may be. This is the Race 66 channel, and this is Crash with you with our live coverage of this weekend, starting with FP1. Hey everyone, see the G's in chat, in YouTube chat. For those in Twitch chat, I get summoned in YouTube chat apparently. I don't know how this tradition started a few months ago, but I don't know. Anyways. Did it rain in Hungary? No, it's not raining today. No rain today. Like a 20% chance tomorrow is the prediction, and then 40% with thunderstorms in the AM. So it could be a very interesting weekend. Weather-wise. Excuse me. Mackie's Andrew's here. Shay's here. Paula's here. You're green. Say something in the YouTube chat for me. There's more of you here right now. I want to thank Kiki in Twitch chat pointing out that Paul Aron is driving in FP1. Now he's in for Hulkenberg for FP1 rookie. Now Drogovic is in the Aston Martin car, and we have just started FP1. Have we just started FP1? No, we got a few more minutes to go. Looking at something else. Drogovic is in for Alonso, and so it's technically an FP1 driver session. By the virtue that the fact Alonso is injured at the moment. The way that let's go back over the article just one more time. Yeah, so F1.com says it's a muscular injury in his back. I'll be honest with you, I'm dealing with a muscular injury in my back as well, and it's pain behind. Yeah, no, literally, like when I'm done with this practice session, I'm gonna be lying down in my bed. Partly because it'll be 7:30 in the morning. I'm gonna need some sleep. But yeah, no, yeah, if your back's out of line anyway, it hurts. I'm old. I'm older than Fernando. By the way, I think it was Fernando's birthday past few days. He's I believe 44. Yeah, he's a kid. No, he's a few years older than Alonso. But right now we're waiting for FP1 to begin. We're about a few seconds away at this moment. The big stories coming in this weekend is Max basically said, "Yeah, I'm staying at Red Bull," and Fred Vasseur basically got a new contract to be the leader of Ferrari. So not that much. I know a lot of people in the YouTube chat are talking about the female Euros this last Sunday. Congratulations to the English team. They managed to win their match. It was 1-1 with extra time, and then they went into penalty kicks, and I believe England won 3-1 on the penalties. So, Fox Sports actually has a very good recap and highlight package on their website. See any other changes? I don't see any other changes. Those are the only two. Again, Paul Aron and Drogovic are driving in FP1. Now, Paul Aron is an F2 driver. It's weird. Okay, so there's a line of like 5 guys, and they've got basically uh, Texan hats. Basically, is the best way to put it. Drogovic is driving because Alonso is currently injured. Again, he has a back, something's up muscular in the back, and that could be something in the spine, something in the shoulder. Not so it's not structural, is what we're talking about. It's something with a muscle. Again, Hulkenberg will be back in FP2. Aston Martin says that they will give us a update over the weekend. So sometime after FP2, I mean before FP2, we'll know if basically if Alonso's out for that session. So we're at least seeing Drogovic in FP1. Alonso could be back in FP2. It could be that Drogovic is in FP2 instead. Sorry, Alonso should be back. Could be back in FP2. It could very easily we see Drogovic in FP2 later today. It's tomorrow if Alonso is still not in is not in FP3. Then Drogovic is going to race this weekend. Drogovic is if those don't know, is an F2 champion, and he's been the reserve driver for a few years now. So he is actually very good. He's actually a decent driver, and I'm surprised that he still has not gotten a seat. Excuse my cough. You guys are saying in chat right now. What if Drogovic smokes Stroll? He has. That's not a what if. He has. He has outperformed Stroll several times. Stroll seat should be his. Yeah, I mean, like in a logical world, that would be the case. But here's the thing: Lance is. I mean, Lance is in his position because of who he is. Lance leaves Aston Martin when he decides to leave Aston Martin. There's rumors that Lance Stroll is looking to sell and might have a buyer for Aston Martin. That's huge. I don't know why Lawrence would do that. Yeah, no, like with Honda coming on board next year, I don't see Dark. I have a hard time thinking that Lance is going to sell Aston Martin. Got a few times on the board. Right now, Behrman's at the top of the board with 119.780. Four others have set times. Give it a few more times. More people are on laps. More people are on out laps. I think. Yeah, I mean, Aron did an installation lap. Isaac now going to the top of the board, 119.694. He is 86 thousandths faster than Behrman. Sykes is third with 2.55. Oscar did the fastest first sector. Behrman had the fastest sector, but that was just taken by Oscar. And Isaac has the fastest third sector, but we'll see. Second sector has just been taken by Verstappen. Oscar going to the top of the board, 119.535 early on. Isaac still holds that fastest third sector. Max comes in. Well, now it's just taken by Max. He goes P2. It's only wow. There's only 1,000 difference between those two in the first 3 laps that they've done. My God, that's tight. Am I behind? Comes north to the line, and he's going to come to the top of the board, 119.413. fresh. Norris taking the fastest second and third sector on that lap. He is 122 thousandths faster than his teammate. Question for those who are in chat, particularly Twitch and YouTube chat. The boss is asking if you guys like the new how we've set things up for in terms of the layout. Russell's gone to the top of the board with 119.111. That's over 3/10 faster than Norris, the fastest second sector on that lap. Albon's got the fastest first sector right now. So as it stands right now, everyone has done a couple of laps. The only people who have not done set times have been Aron, Stroll, Leclerc, and Antonelli, and they're all on track right now. Sorry, Stroll is in the pits right now. My apologies. Colpino's in the pits as well. Alka just went to P3, 119.416, 3/10 behind Russell's time. Albon goes 289, fastest first sector. So we're seeing Haas, we're seeing, and Sainz just went fast, P2 faster, only 48 thousandths behind Russell's time. So we're seeing Mercedes doing well. We're seeing Williams doing well. We're seeing Haas doing well. The Racing Bulls are technically in that top 10 as well. Again, we're still less than 10 minutes, even 10 minutes in the session. It's just interesting to see who's setting times early, fast in the session. Again, we've got about eight minutes only into the session, so we've got 15 minutes left to go. I like this layout. Gives us more of the driver chatter in view. And right now, track temperature is 49.9, almost 50 degrees Celsius, and the air temperature is 26.9 degrees. Snow just went to P11. Clerk just did a fastest first sector. Him and Aaron Paul and Borrell are the ones right now on a flying lap. Isaac might be on a flying lap. Yeah, he's improving his times. Doing very well in that third sector right now. Isaac just came around turn 14 to the line. He goes to the top of the board, actually. Isaac Ajah is P1, 119.019. He's on a hard tire. Only a mix of hards and mediums so far. Did take the fastest third sector. And he's 92 thousandths faster than Russell right now. Clerk going to the top of the board right now. Fastest first and second sector on that lap. He's 2.33 faster than Isaac's time. He's the first one to 118, 118.786. Borrell up to 14th. He's 1.35 back. Hamilton to the top board, 118.726, 60 thousandths faster than his teammate. Norris on a flying lap. Oscar on a flying lap. Oscar to the top of the board, 118.249. He's almost a half a second faster than Hamilton. Norris right now in the middle of his lap. Colpino going to be coming to the line. He's on a flying lap right now. Max started a flying lap as well. Colpino goes up 13. Coming to the line will be Sonoda, who is currently on, I believe, yeah, he's on a cool down lap right now. Norris, who's on a flying lap, he's got 2 purple sectors already. And Sonoda's pitting. Here comes Norris to the line. It's a full purple lap. And he's the first one in the 117.637. Sorry, 631. Max comes to P3 118.487. So within the last 5 minutes, we've had Norris, Oscar, Max, Hamilton, and Leclerc top the chart. Educated, praying to God to not to be delusional about Ferrari again. I can't pronounce your name. Zana. Is this legit? Yes, this is legit. We are live with coverage for Free Practice 1. Again, we're not using any of the F1 content directly, so you're not seeing F1 TV or any audio from there. We're using secondary sources. A lot of this is from Multiviewer, but I know the track description will have more information of what we're using to generate what you're seeing here. And Aron just went up to 15th. Science up to 6. That's been now Science is 7th now because Lawson is now going 6. Lawson is, and then we've got Albin up to 4th. He's 8 tenths back. So there's a big gap. Norris basically is 6 tenths faster than his teammate. Oscar is 0.6. We take that back. Of course, John the fastest for a sector. He's now, but he's still over 4 tenths back from Norris. Damon up to 4th. He's 6.27 back. So he's within about a tenth of Oscar's time. And about he's 2 tenths faster than Max. So yeah, Haas is 2 tenths faster. Oh, not 2 tenths, 2 hundredths faster than, my apologies, 2 hundredths faster than Max. Entertainment 2026 Lewis's last season. Who knows? We'll know better next year. I mean, 2026 Lewis could be world champion again, given where things are going. The car is going to be more like when he won the last time his world champion in that formulation. Not so much. It's not 2 tenths. It's 2 hundredths. 0.02 would be a tenth. 0.02 is what the actual difference is. We just had, I think, Albin go 7th. Well, Al goes up to 11th, but that's over a second back. Again, what we're looking at is P8. Hamilton's already a second back from Norris's time. So there's a lot of variation, a lot of time to be had. Again, it's a 6 tenths difference between Norris and Oscar. Oscar that's now 2.48, so a quarter of a second. Oscar had a fastest first sector on that last lap, by the way. Norris still the fastest right now, 117.631. Oscar just got into the 117s as well. We've got several in the 118s, and then from P11 down, we're in the 119s until we get the last three who are over in the 120s and 123s. Soda just went P9. He's in the 118s, though, so he's over a second. Guys. Any chance of rain this weekend? Yes. So basically, we know that it won't be any rain today, but there's a 20% chance of rain tomorrow, and then there's a 40% chance of rain on Sunday for the race day. There's a chance for thunderstorms in the morning in the AM. So that will definitely affect F2, F3. I think, is the Porsche Cup here? I think Porsche Cup is here as well. What happened to Alonso? So we know that there's something up with his back. And Bierman just did, he's P5. I think he, why we got a Colpino goes to 12th, 118.898. He's 1.2 seconds. 1.2 seconds back. Alonso Christian is being monitored. Basically, something muscular in the back. So basically, it's a back spasm or something's out of line. Old man problems. It could be old person day off. That's horrible. So given he's younger than me. Aston Martin says Alonso has been managing. So ATZJ is saying that Aston Martin say that Alonso has been managing a muscular injury in his back since the Belgian Grand Prix. He won't miss it for practice as we've been seeing. Drogovic is in the car right now. A decision will be made, and for now, it's petition FP2 in the remainder of the weekend. When it's not being said. Hamilton up to 7th. He is 0.76 back. Ocon up to P8. Albon up to P2. He's only 2.35 behind Norris's time. So Leclerc has a flying lap. He's got the first two sectors are purple. Here he comes around turn 12. He's got Colpino ahead of him. See how that messes with the lap. And he doesn't get the third sector, but he's got the top of the board. He's 0.2 faster than Norris now. And he's a 117.420. Austin Hall is so much older than Alonso. I can put my back out standing up or walking across the room wrong. I'm not at that point. I have on my back is not aligned to the. Drogovic moves up to 14th. So of the rookie drivers, he's doing better than Aron. Aron's 19th. He's over 2 point. Aron is 2.3 back. Drogovic is 1.4 back. When you're driving, you're not sitting on the road like an F1 driver. That is true. I actually feel really good when I'm driving around. My car, the seat I have in my car actually supports my back really well. We've got about 20 minutes into this session right now. We got 39 and a half minutes left to go. Again, this is the Race System channel. This is Crash with you live. Snowda taking off on a flying lap right now. Sainz is on a flying lap right now. Here comes Stroll, Leclerc, Bim, and Hamilton about to cross the line. They're coming through that last hairpin turn. Stroll across the line. Here comes Leclerc. He's pitting. Here comes Behrman pitting. Here comes Hamilton. Hamilton was on a Stroll down lap. Stroll is now on a flying lap. Lawson has come onto the track. We've got Jervis, Isaac, and Gasly coming around that hairpin now. Sainz is coming down that last back straight from 11th to 12th. Gasly's on a flying lap. He's going to jump up to 13th. So he's only 1.4 back right now. Isaac was on a slow down lap. He is, I think, starting a new flying lap. Sainz comes across the line P3. It's a 374. So he's just ahead of his teammate by about half a tenth, point 0.5. Norwich taking the top spot again. He goes over a half second faster. Fastest in Sector 2, Sector 3, improves in Sector 3. Tsunoda goes up to 11th. He is 1.6 back. Teo in chat saying, good morning, everyone. Have a good day. Cheers from Italy. Ciao, my friend. Hitting. Here comes Drogovic. Drogovic was on. Where's Drogovic? Drogovic is in the 14th. Here comes Lawson. Lawson just finished his out lap. Isaac is on cooldown lap. Either that or he's on a different program altogether. Gasly's on a cooldown lap. Norris, cooldown lap. Sainz was a cooldown lap. So no one pushing right now. And if it stays this way for a little while, it could be more that we're seeing other programs other than, fast as possible, quality type stuff. And they're pulling Norris into the garage. Dr. Stebbin in the YouTube chat is pointing out that we do have a Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/c/racing statistics. I will put that into Twitch chat. And that's one of the ways you guys can support us is by joining the Patreon. We do have, you can join the channel on Twitch. You can also join the channel on YouTube. I don't know how TikTok monetizes things. Same with Facebook Live or Facebook posts. If you join the channel on both Twitch and on Facebook, there are emojis that are channel specific. We also do have a website. It is race statistics, statistics.f1.com. I'm going to drop those into YouTube chat and to Twitch chat right now. We've got Gasly, Lawson, Oscar, Antonelli, and Isaac on track right now. Yeah, right now we've got Norris first, Leclerc second, Williams 3 fourth, ninth Albon, Oscar's fifth, 6 7 Isaac, and Austin and Isaac are ahead of Verstappen P8. Notice P12. Granted, it is practice, but still, it is unusual to see the Racing Bulls ahead of Red Bull itself. More on track right now. Oscar's coming to the line. Give it a few more moments before we look at what's going on the chart. Oh, and there is Paul Aron has come into the gravel. He stopped on track around turn 13. It looks like he's got something critical. He spun. He's got some alarms. Yellow flag, virtual safety car. No, come on. Red flag this. Come on. Come on. What? They're just gonna do a virtual safety car? Are they just trying to push him onto the track? So stewards are helping him, pushing his car. He is, look, is he stuck in the gravel? Are they rolling? What are they doing? Looks like gravel. Is it concrete? Is it gravel? I'm not sure what's going on with that. I want to thank Paula for her 32 months of support using your monthly super chat. See what happened with Paul? Hit the curve. That's not where it happens. Yeah, no, he didn't spin. He just had comes out by the post. So virtual safety car has been deployed. Yeah, I don't know why they're not using the red flag. This is weird. So they're pulling his car. It's because he stopped in front of an exit point of the track, and they don't need the red flag. They're actually it's now been green flagged. His car is off the track and behind the walls. So I have been denied a red flag, everyone. I have absolutely been denied my duly right of a red flag. Yeah, I do feel bad for him. That it's not something he did. It's just the car. He got warning signals in the car, and he basically came to the stop on track legitimately. Got over 300 likes on YouTube. Thank you so much. Got 38 you watching right now on Twitch right now. Yeah, G's in chat for me for denial, red flag denial. Either that or drop the that or drop red flags in chat. Sad she. Yeah, so we've got under 29 minutes to go in this session right now. We just had a virtual safety car because they basically pull Aron in using Alonso's car, just pulled that behind the wall. So it didn't normally where, if it was anything more, they would have thrown the red flag. But in this case, given where he was and what they needed to do, it was just a yellow flag and a virtual safety car. Rare virtual safety car. People going pointing out Fernando's back pains. This would have happened to Fernando. Like it didn't. What happened here was something with the car. So whether it was Paul or whether it was Fernando, it was going to happen to someone. Is this qualifying? No, this is just free practice one. It is not a NASCAR race. Nicola, there's nowhere near the bump and grind for this to be a NASCAR race. Colbino just jumped up to P6. He's on a soft tire, and it's 1.1 back still on that lap time. Leclerc is out on a soft tire. Sainz out on a soft tire. Albon on a soft tire. Verstappen on a soft tire. Hamilton on a soft tire. He's just the first one to finish a lap on the soft tire. Though the others I just called out and are all basically. Borrello didn't finish a lap on, but those the others are on out laps right now. About a minute or so, we'll start seeing more times. Oh, it was Hulk's car. Thank you. Thank you. It's Hulk's car, not Fernando's car. Thank you. So this would have happened to Hulk. Antonelli flying past Colpino. Borello's going to do that next. Yeah, Durdovic is in Fernando's car. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me, Sam Ackerman. They both have green cars. Go figure. Moving on. We've got 20 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this session right now. This is not a sprint weekend, Shamir. Thank you for saying no sprint, Paula. Hilamoto says, I predict Hamilton fired by the end of the year. Well, no. It's not happening. We know that Hamilton's going to be racing next year. Lewis not look good. I mean, I don't know. It's been a mixed year for Ferrari. Clerk to the top of the board on a soft tire, fastest first sector. So it's a 116.791. So he's the first one in the second one is the 116s. Norris did a 116 lap. Hamilton P3, 117.076, 2.85 back. So as we were poo-pooing Hamilton, he just went P3. Verstappen goes P4. He's 4.84 back, so almost a half a second back. Again, we're seeing everyone come out on soft tires now. The only one who's on track right now is Antonelli on mediums. Yeah, Antonelli's the only one on anything but soft tire. Albon just went ahead of Hamilton, 0.193 behind Leclerc. He is in the 116s as well. Hamilton is 117. Franz Herman. Borrello just jumped up to P6. He's 0.861 back. He did a 117.652. Yellow flag. What happened? Either Borrello or Sainz went off the track. That has resolved back to green, so it's someone who's gone off the track and come back on. But right now, the only two are in the pits is Gasly and Isaac Antonelli has come back out. He's now on a soft tire. Again, Paul Aron in Hulkenberg's car. Something has gone wrong with that car, and he basically stopped. Science board. Yeah, he went off track. We also went to P4 with a 117.007. So 216 back. Norris is back on top of the board, full purple lap. He's, wow, 7/10, 739. Big jump on Leclerc's time. 116.052. Lawson up to P6 ahead of Verstappen. 1.178. 0.05 difference between those two lap times. Ocon just up to P6. Hamilton at P5 is the first one, is still a second back. These lap times are just tumbling crazy. These top of the charts. Drogovic just went P8, 1.217 back, so 117.269 of a lap time. Yeah, Sainz went clearly off the track. That's what brought out the yellow flag earlier. That's why he abandoned his lap. Only one in the pit right now is Max, and obviously Aron is not out. His car is being hauled back to the pits if it's not back already. Stroll P3 with a 116.958. Yeah, he's in the 116s. Though 0.9 tenths off of Norris's time. Bierman up to 8th. He's 1.1 back. Very tight. P3 through, well, now it was now P4. P4 through P12 are within 0.3 of each other. Oscar right now just did a 116.194. Yeah, the fastest first sector. His teammate has the fastest sector 2 and sector 3 times. Leclerc, no. Leclerc right now just taking the fastest first sector. Yeah, he just took it by 0.75. Sorry, 0.075. Well, still not as quick as he would like. I wonder if putting too much pressure on him, instead of letting it up. I mean, there's an element that's going on, but there's also an element that the Mercedes car hasn't been where it needed to be for Antonelli. And this is one of the things about Russell is that he was in a backmarker Williams car, overperforming and putting out performance after performance in that Williams car when it was horrible. And so when Mercedes has a moment of where they're not doing great, he's again hand over fist overperforming in that car. Albon taking fastest first sector. Did not improve sector 2, but it's a good. He pits. So something may have gone wrong on that lap. So he ends up pitting on that lap. Did I just see Hamilton go up to P4? Or was it Leclerc up to P3? Granted, Leclerc, Hamilton, and Isaac, their last laps are improvements in their times. Isaac is P5 right now, ahead of Stroll. 0.691. Hamilton is 0.682. These are the gap times. And Leclerc is 217. And then Oscar, who's P2, 142. Again, the top time right now is Norris with a 116.052. Jayla, why is Sainz still in the pits? He just pitted. It's not that he hasn't been on not been on track. He just pitted after being on track. Max up to P6, 116.940. 0.888. That is 3/8 in a row. If that's lucky or not, but hey. Seeing right now. Lawson improving his times. Ocon improving his times. Who's winning? Well, there's no one. It's bragging rights. Like right now, Norris is the fastest time, but there's no points up. You know, it's pre-practice. It's not quali. It's not the race. But right now, again, with about 16, 40 seconds left to go in the session, we've got Russell just moved up to P6. He's 0.873 behind. But right now we've got the McLarens and Ferrari 1, 2, 3, 4. We have seen Lawson and Isaac. We've seen Lawson do better. Isaac is now 5th. Russell is 6th. Verstappen is 7th. Stroll is 8th. That is not wrong. He was 3rd at one point. Albon is 9, and Ocon is 10th. Antonelli is 11th. He's about just a shy of a second behind Norris' time, which is not that bad given how things have been jumping around. Is Christian going to Alpine? Again, this is Christian Horner we're talking about here. It's possible. I mean, they're that's a huge lockup from Hamilton. It's definitely destroying that lap. Paul Aron is back in the garage. Looking okay. Obviously, could be better. What if Christian goes to Cadillac? I doubt he's going to go to Cadillac. Damon is 6. The big thing with Christian Horner right now is that he is still with Red Bull as an employee of the company. Martin, if it's not a race, then why are we cheering someone to be number 1, P1? Because it's cool. Because we're just cheering on. Pointing out there's a possibility he would be withdrawn. Well, no, I mean it's not that he'll be withdrawn. They would replace him with Drogovic. It's more bragging rights right now, Martin. I think a better way to look at it is that getting an idea who, like, if we look at the board, we have an idea who's got their act together, who's doing well. I mean, Antonelli just went up to P7. He's under a second. He's 8.28 is the gap. We can see that, Ferrari and McLaren at the top of the board. Why would Alonso be withdrawn? He has an injury. He's actually not driving in this session because of a back injury that he has, a muscle back injury, since the Belgian Grand Prix. So Drogovic right now is driving in his car. He's currently 16. Paul Aron was in for was driving Hulkenberg's car. Now, something went wrong with the car itself because we watched. I watched the replay of what happened before he stopped, and there, he didn't go over. He didn't bounce the car. Didn't do anything in particular. He didn't spin. He didn't crash. He got warning lights on the car, and he pulled over where he could as fast as possible. So he did his job. You know, that it was a failure of the car, not a failure of the driver. Sorry, is he going to be racing on Sunday? We don't know right now. All we know that he has a bad muscle injury in the back, and has kept him out of the car for right now. Isaac up to fourth. A new flying lap. There, Sainz is back on track. Sainz right now is currently 15th, but he's on a hard tire. Albon's on a hard tire. We got 12 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this session. Again, you're listening to the Race Statistics channel, and this is Grash with you live coverage. What happened to Oldberg? Oh, he's just out for FP1 for the FP1 rookie, Paul Aron. However, Aron had a critical failure with the car, so there's a mechanical failure happened, and he got failure lights, like a Christmas tree, basically. And he pulled the car off the. He pulled off to the side of the track, where the stewards could pull him back on behind the wall. I'm going to go to the hot take here. Instead of firing Horner, they should have kicked Washi out. I don't know who you're talking about. Who you think should have been kicked out? But no, Horner was actually in a compromised position since the last 18 months. Running out of time for a grass red flag. I've been denied a red flag. I should be angry, but I'm laughing about it. So when Paul Aron pulled off to the side, they threw a yellow flag, which is, obviously, and then they threw a virtual safety car because he was by an exit to get off the track. So it was just he wasn't on the racing line or on the track. I is saying it's Pierre Washi, but yeah, who is Pierre? What's his role? What's particularly this tire selection, number of pits for the race? I don't know actually, Andrew. I'm gonna have to look that up. But you are again also assuming good weather. 40% chance rain right now. FBI weather report has said, with a thunderstorm potentially in the morning. So we got fun times ahead of us this weekend. Technically, Red Bull. Yeah, no. Stop watching F1. Huh. Yeah, I don't have a encyclopedia of every staff member on every team. Sorry. I mean, I know, my apologies. What? Nortex, you still haven't told us why this technical director should be fired. I mean, as it stands, I know that I mean, part of the reason why his name doesn't ring a bell in my head, and also it's also before 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:21 right now, so I'm still half asleep essentially. Um, it's because he's new in that role. As it stands right now, we got Norris P1, Oscar P2, Leclerc P3, Isaac Kajah is P4, Hamilton is fifth, Bierman is sixth, Antonelli is seventh, and Russell is eighth, Verstappen is ninth, and Stroll is 10th. I see no reason to keep Aron out if the car. No, the car's not working. I don't. I don't think the car is operating. Otherwise, they would have sent them out. He also may not be allowed. There could be rules in place that I'm not fully aware. I know, like during the race, if your car is Stewart, you are out of the race. That's what brought out the black flag for Hulkenberg. For his black flag is because he got help from Stewart's to get him back on track. Is Bottas going to go to Cadillac? Is the question. He is in the running. The last thing that I heard was that the contracts for Checo and Bottas had been pretty much signed, or if not, to be signed. But there's also been stories about, hey, Jack Crawford, who's the American driver in F2, could get the Cadillac drive if he wins F2. Um, who else? Like, yeah, I mean, like everyone's been connected to Cadillac. I know, uh, Dune, uh, doing who else? Weird. It's like everyone is connected to that Cadillac seat somehow. So, legs. Again, thank you. Good seeing you, man. Another one of our green chatters. So Max is staying for Red Bull for 2026. Yep, that's the story. Nothing has been. Cadillac has not confirmed any of their drivers for 2026 yet, and I don't think they will until November or even to December. I mean, I'll be quite honest. I mean, they don't have to do anything until January. To be quite honest, and it's in their best interest to just keep to not make an announcement. They need to. We got everyone on track except the state cars. Barlow is in the pits, and Aron is in the pits because he's out of the session. Bet Russell is thankful. Well, this I think there was a report where basically like all this shenanigans with Max potentially going to Mercedes has done damage. He, it, what you obviously if your boss is talking to someone who potentially might be replacing you publicly the way they did. So I've been pointing out with Cadillac that they probably have made up their minds but closing it yet, which is very true. I'm hearing a lot of reports that's the case, and the two drivers particularly seem to be Checo and Bottas. I mean, the Max staying at Red Bull, that's on the F1 front page, guys. It was the front page article going into FP1. We've got under 3 minutes to go in this session. Time has been flying. This is again the YouTube channel. I don't see anyone pushing right now, and that may not be. That will probably be the case to the end of the session. For those who are not familiar with our YouTube chat, we have a group of regular chatters which refer to themselves as the Maxiteers. They are very strong Max Verstappen fans. And I know some people don't like that. And it's hilarious when someone's like, "Stop screaming for Max." No, they're not going to stop screaming for Max. You are barking up the wrong tree. Under 2 minutes to go in this session now. Again, this is Crash with you live. When we come to the end of this session, again, I don't see anyone pushing right now. I don't think anyone will again. When we come to the end of this session, I'm going to get off pretty quickly. Those who are in YouTube chat, you'll be taken to the next session. So on YouTube, each of the sessions are its own video. For those on Twitch, again, just stay where you are. We'll be back when the channel comes back. You want to put your views a chance of red flag. Rooting for you, Rash, for losing. Oh, I've already lost. No. You don't need to. You don't need to root. Hope. Do not have any more hope. We're not getting a red flag in this session. I've been denied that red flag by a virtual safety car. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, again, look for the next post for FP2. And then on Twitch, TikTok, I have no clue how that platform works. Fortunately, I cannot use that platform. Why? It's complicated. That's all I have to say. I've had people try to explain to me why I can use the platform without understanding why I can't use the platform. Anyways. As it stands right now, Norris is going to be P1, Oscar P2, Clerk P3, Isaac Kajar is P4, Hamilton is P5, Behrman is 6th, Antonelli 7th, Russell 8th, Max is 9th, Stroll 10th. Albon came in 11th, Ocon 12th, Gasly 13th, Lawson 15th, Sainz is 15th. Drogovic in for Alonso right now. We will find out if Alonso's having an old man day or something chat, or he'll be back for FP2. But Drogovic came 16th. Sonoda 17th, Colapino 18th, Bordello 19th, and Aaron Paul would be 20th. Aaron Paul is in for Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg will be back for FP2 if his car is working. The check flag has come out. Max has taken his first car to take that flag, so we are done with this session. Again, I want to thank everyone who showed up. A good crowd showed up in Twitch chat. We got over 440 likes on YouTube, and we have over 2,200 watching on YouTube. That's a great crowd for FP1. It will be about 2.5 hours before FP2. We will be about about 2 hours. We'll be back. 40. We've been about 45 minutes before the session starts. We've been on for some music before I'm summoned to stream. So we'll be back sooner, but about 2 hours. We'll be back streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. Again, for everyone here at the Racing Speech channel, this has been Grash. We will see you for FP2. Take care, everyone.